Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about another beauty from the Golf Collection by Raja Parfum, which is one of my favorite ones from this sub collection, which is going to be Qatar, as you guys can tell by the title of my video. Now, previously, I believe I've done reviews of Sultanate of Oman and UAE. By the way, those are fantastic fragrances. If you guys haven't seen the videos, I will put the link of them at the end of this video for you guys to check them out. But today we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm not going to get into too much of a detail of the fragrance anymore. I've been watching the statistics of my videos and I've realized that you guys only watch about 4 to 5 minutes of my videos. So I'm not gonna spend so much time on the fragrance in the videos and go for 15 minutes if you guys only watch 4 to 5 minutes of it. So we're gonna try to cut it shorter and see how it comes out. All right, back to Qatar. Qatar is one of the several fragrances in Raja's Golf Collection, which each one of them pays homage to those countries across the Gulf celebrating the richness of the culture and long history of the Middle East. All right, so let's spray some of this and see what we get. Yeah, this is very pungent, it's very strong. It's right up my alley. I remember initially when I sprayed this, I fell in love with Qatar. It's that beautiful. It's very gorgeous. So what kind of a fragrance is Qatar? Qatar, to me, it's an amber fragrance. It falls under the amber category. And it's kind of a spicy, fruity kind of an amber scent. Now, on the initial spray though, it opens up with this sweet crude oil kind of an accord. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be like, what is crude oil? Crude oil is kind of like a gasoline, petrol kind of a smell. It opens up that way. Now, a lot of people might say it opens up kind of animalic. You can definitely use that word if you will, but to me, animalic is more like castellum and civet, and it doesn't have that. It's more of like a gasoline and petrol kind of a smell. But don't let that scare you off, because that kind of opens up and kind of evaporates, and you get this beautiful, sweet, juicy cotton candy, peach, and pear-scented fluffy cloud, which is accompanied with this sweet crude oil kind of accord. Yeah, Qatar to me is the perfect combo. That cotton candy note, the peach and the pear note give the fragrance kind of that youthful, playful kind of a vibe to the scent. And that crude oil, that gasoline or the animalic note in this fragrance gives this fragrance that mature, sophisticated and grown up type of vibe to the scent, which just creates this perfect balance with Qatar. Just perfectly balanced, perfectly unisex. Very well done. Now, Qatar is definitely very powdery, so you definitely must be into powdery fragrance. And I think the powderiness must be coming from the violet in the hard notes. It must be coming from orris sputter, and it also must be coming from the good dose of saffron. There's a good dose of saffron that also kind of makes the fragrance leathery. So you definitely need to enjoy powdery fragrances. So it is a very powdery scent, but yet it's woody fragrance that is very warm, sensual, and spicy. Now, as the fragrance gets to its heart, it continues to grow progressively sweeter thanks to cotton candy accord. However, the sweetness is balanced out by this crude oil or animalic, musky, woody, leathery, and smoky facets, which, as I mentioned, caused by the saffron, birch, labdanum, styrax, ambergris, musk, and oud. I'm telling you guys, Qatar is a beauty, and I'm not just trying to hype this up. It's such a well-balanced fragrance. It's such a beautiful fragrance. Very beautiful. And if you guys own any fragrances from the Golf Collection, like anything, and if you guys spray them side by side, you'll see that there is a common DNA going on between them. I mean, I kind of busted out my Sultanate of Oman and my UAE, and I sprayed them side by side. And when I was smelling them after they opened up, I'm like, there is something going on in the base that kind of they all have in common. And that's why it makes them part of the collection. And I think that's fantastic. But yeah, Qatar is a complex fragrance, as most of Raja Parfum fragrances are. It is opulent, rich, sensual, sexy, bold, and brash. I would not recommend this to people that are not into animalic fragrances. But if you've been following me and you know what kind of fragrances I like, this is for me heaven on earth. And I would definitely suggest people that want to kind of get into animalic fragrances to definitely try this out, because it has that beautiful cotton candy note. It has peach and pear. And I forgot to mention, you also get some good dose of rose de mai or rose bouquet in here, which kind of reminds me of UAE kind of a rose, because I sprayed that side by side and I'm like, I can smell the rose in here now. It kind of smells like the rose from UAE. So you definitely have a good dose of rose in here as well, but it is not as prominent as it is with UAE. So the other thing, it's the violet, the floral notes mixed with also those fruity notes. It just makes this fragrance so beautiful. And that's why I keep repeating myself, makes the fragrance the perfect unisex scent. All right, so all in all, what you get with Qatar is that Qatar is an amber kind of a scent. It is a spicy, fruity kind of an amber scent. And it also is very sweet. It has this animalic, petrol, gasoline type of vibe to it. It's definitely powdery, it's woody, it's leathery, it's warm, spicy, it's fruity, musky. It has a good dose of oud. It has this beautiful balsamic body to it. And it also has a great dose of rose in here as well. All right, so as I mentioned earlier in my video, I said that Qatar kind of reminds me of two other fragrances from Raja Pakvan collection, which feels like a hybrid of those two fragrances with the cotton candy note added on the top. So it kind of reminds me of the HD exclusive black tier and the UAE kind of mixed together, and then you add that cotton candy note on the top. It kind of feels like that. And I want to kind of say that for people that own any of those fragrances, kind of know what direction Qatar kind of goes. Now, people that own Candy Oud as well, they kind of mention that when they smell Qatar, that's how they expected Candy Oud to smell like. So if you love Candy Oud, you will fall in love with Qatar. All right, as far as the performance and longevity goes, on my skin, it does between 8 to 10 hours, which is phenomenal. Now, as far as the projection sillage goes, it does about 4 to 5 feet of projection on the initial spray, and then after an hour, it gets closer to the skin, which is great as well. Now, as far as the compliments goes, I've been getting a lot of compliments when I've been testing this out, especially the way I'm dressed up. If I dress up like this and I wear this, I'm telling you, I get a lot of compliments. Now, personally, I think this would smell very, very sexy on the ladies, especially that, cotton candy, the peach and the pear and the floral notes. They would definitely stand out on the ladies. And then with that heavy animalic or gasoline smell, I think it would definitely makes it very opulent, very sexy on the ladies. So I think this would do great as far as the compliments goes. If you have the right personality and you have the right outfit, you could definitely pull this off. Now, as far as the versatility goes, it's not a versatile fragrance. I would say because it's a sweet fragrance and it has those heavy notes in there, I would say it would do great in the cooler temperature like fall and winter time. Now, as far as the uniqueness goes, to me, this one is very unique. Again, I keep repeating it myself because of that cotton candy note. I haven't smelled anything like this besides the ones that I said that this feels kind of like the hybrid of those fragrances, which is again from the Raja Pakvan fragrances. But to me, this is such a fluffy but yet beastly type of a fragrance, and it makes it so unique in that way, and I love it. It's such a perfect balance of a fragrance. And so as far as the uniqueness goes, I think it's a very unique fragrance. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the end of my video. That's all I have for Qatar, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.